Okay. Hi, Gina. We'll wait a couple more minutes for any of the latecomers. Okay. All right. We'll start the recording anyway. So I've pressed record. So just make sure. Yep, recording's on. Excellent. Okay. So great. Thank you, Gina. All right. So looking into H1 Aussie US. And once again, this is the multi-chart screen. So, and all of them have the 8-hour all sessions template. Okay, so once again, just to go over which ones that we'd be using. If we're doing a morning session, then we'd be using the grey box. Okay, you take the information of the candles within that box, including the outside ones, because they're all inclusive when you look for the high, low, and close. Okay, the green one for the afternoon session, and then the blue one for the late session, which is the US session. Okay, so a good way to see it is if the candle it's outside and started and began after the blue box finished. If that's the time you arrive, that means you need all the candles within the blue box. Okay, so tomorrow morning, after the period separator, I could see that the grey box is finished, so I know the grey box is where I need to get the information for my 8-hour report. Okay. Alternatively, grey for morning session, green for afternoon session, and blue for the late night session. Okay. So, and just once again to reaffirm, every candle is required for it. So we're doing this afternoon session. If we're doing the trading of the candles that are now have appeared after the green box, we would check from the first to the last to see what's the highest and lowest. Okay. So we can see from here in the bottom left-hand area, we'll see the high-low close. So we can see the high when I put it on this candle is 0.72996. If I put the next one, it's 999. So 999, 0.72999 is the highest. Okay. And here we've got the red diamond to identify the low point of that that's in that green shaded area. Okay, low of 72,634, and then of course the very last candle for our close price. Okay, which is 0.72653. Anyway, once we've got that information, we're able to go and put it on. Hopefully we've already got one there. Let's have a look. 3 p.m. Okay, so view report. Okay, so this is what the report looks like. You guys have seen it before. Over here, 27 seconds after 3 o'clock. All the information for the green boxes there. Okay, so once again, all we need to do once we've done our calculator, do right click on the chart, click object list, okay, and you will have all the horizontal lines, RS3 by, okay. So let's quickly put it on so we can deal with some real numbers. Okay, so always just pasting it where the name are matching. Okay, green stop line. Okay. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. This is the beginning of the beautiful week of trading. So let me just quickly get through here. Pink limit line. Okay, halfway there, pivot line. So the excuse I'm a little bit quiet because copying and pasting this information requires focus, and if I allow myself to be too distracted, I can copy and paste it wrong, and then I'll have the wrong information, it'll look wrong, and then I have to start again. And it's not really precise and tidy, so I'll try to do it in a one shot. Okay, so okay, nearly there. So the whole thing of trading or these templates, it's not that we can get every trade. What we want to do is work with the templates and be selective like the templates and trade the ones and the setups that turn up. Because it's not about how many trades you can get, because if we try to grab everything, we've only got two hands, we're going to drop something. Okay, so we focus on one trade, one at a time, two hands to hold it, and there's less chance of us dropping the trade. Okay, paste. Okay, once it's all done, as you can see, there's our range of movement. Okay, so generally there'll be 3 green lines above the orange, 3 pink lines below. Okay, so and then one of each in between. So if it doesn't look like that, that means we've entered one of the numbers wrong. Once we've done that, all we need to do is save it. Okay. Once we've done that, we can go to each other time frame and place it on. Okay. So yes, I know you've all done this many times. The more you do it, the more you automate it. Okay, so some of you may have received my text message with regards to doing. Okay. In doing this consistently, we consolidate the process and then to the stage where we become an expert in the process and increase our expertise. Okay. So, all right. No worries, Bina. Glad that you're in here. Okay, so now that we've done that, and we have, and we do have our multi-chart screen. Okay. So once again, just to reaffirm that what we're looking for is the trades that are selected and identified by our template. Okay, so our 8-hour template in front of us, the vertical lines. Now, the way the vertical lines are set up as such, when the vertical line comes up, you can actually ask and see the criteria for a option-free vertical line. Okay, an option-free vertical line is the information in front of you because you've got a vertical line, and what it asks is the previous time in red, etc. Orange line below, center line, etc. So you can see from here that without asking all the questions, you can see that this vertical line is not going to meet criteria because the orange gritty line is above the river center line. Over here, the vertical blue lines there, you can see that you've got the orange gritty line below dotted yellow, and you've got green in window 3 and a green at least in either window 2 or 4. In this case, you've got all of them. Okay, and you've got the low of the diamond, red diamond here. So visually, you know you have a minimum of 1-for-1 trade, yeah, which means open of that candle, 10 pips as a minimum. Okay, so on the 8-hour report template, you can actually see option 1 and option 3. All right. Option 3 is just a vertical line that we expect a minimum of 1-for-1 take profit. Okay, so whatever default is for 500 Aussie is 10 pips, 10 pips stop loss, 10 pips take profit, you know, drag it to the channel line, etc. For the stop loss, whatever that is what you're aiming for. And that's what you set. And if you've got a diamond that has a white line appeared joining it, that basically says to exit the trade. Yep. So basically your trade management, once you've identified it, it's already identified for you. Okay, so just to reinforce here, to give an example, over here, visually, you can see that this red vertical line is option free. If I want to see if there's more take profit, then I put my HP99 and see if it's a 2-for-1. But we can see it's at least a 1-for-1. Yep. So the process would be, I'll just okay, remember, left-hand love handle is where we do our markings from. I'm just going to change the color of that because that is like our report lines and we don't want that. Okay, so I'll change it to that, and I'll also make it solid. Okay, so our default stop level for a 5-minute is 10 pips. Okay, so, and 10 pips take profit as a minimum, yeah? So over here, 10 pips is really just the river center line. So we may have already got a hint from the chart that price action or the market would like to go probably past that and go to the other side. So we'll be looking to extend our take profit. But the information we got is that that's the minimum it's going to do, yeah? Okay, so they're both a little bit up. Now, the other thing a vertical line says is basically if the vertical line's confirmed, when the vertical line's confirmed, that this diamond, unless there's a jumping blue diamond, is going to be the current time frame high point. Okay, but our default sets that it has to be a minimum of 10 pips or the blue channel. Yeah, okay, so this is where our process outlines exactly where we place our stop level and place our trade, because yes, we entered there and it's by, you know, and it was a jumping blue diamond, then we'd be stopped up. Okay, so although it looks very enticing, we follow our rules of the default stop levels, you know, 10 pips or the channel line. Okay, so I'll remove that one there. So to go back to there, so 24.5 pips is where our stop level is. So our take profit would be 24.5 pips here, unless we get a red diamond with a white line joining it. Okay, so once again, if you follow the step-by-step and rules that go with the default levels, not only does it move your stop level as a process without you having a bias to a place that the blue channel line is a fair distance away from that blue diamond. Okay, so the chances of being stopped up and the market not having enough room to give you to take profit is removed, and it's made it a very safe trade. And going for the 1-for-1 because it's a, well, without checking the HP99, we can see is at least the worst case scenario, a option free 1-for-1 VL trade. VL standing for vertical line trade, confirmed. Okay. Is there any questions Anybody would like to ask about that? Okay, so just going back through this, just to ensure that people still remember that to use these default settings that I have for 5, 15, 30, H1, H4 still apply. And the reason what they do is the whole thing about entering a trade is to have the stop level at an unbiased placement that will give enough room for the market to take profit for you. Okay, so the whole idea is when you enter a trade that the stop level is at a safe distance where the market's not going to hit your stop level and price action can go up. Because a lot of times, as can be seen from here, okay, so these are not confirmed blue vertical lines. Okay, visually we can see that the orange gritty line's above the river center line. All right, doesn't mean there's no trade for you to enter. You can enter as an option 1 using the assessor, but it's not an option 2 or option 3. Okay, so this first little part is just really to identify to you that on the 8-hour report you can actually assess option 1 and 3 from it. Okay, because you have enough information there, and in your handout okay, so we'll just go to the handout. Okay, so vertical line trade option 3. Okay, so here you can see minimum requirements to confirm a option 3 VL trade. Current time frame low red diamond, this is for a buy. Looking for a current time frame high blue diamond. Dotted yellow or solid green center line. Orange line underneath river center line. Minimum of 2 supporting green shadings. Must have window 3 as one of the shadings. Yeah, so yeah, so your 8-hour report template has that enough information for you to assess it a vertical line straight away to see that it meets at least a option 3 one. Okay, once again, the use of the vertical lines are just to identify the take profit. Okay, so let me just find that for you. Data modified. No, not that one. Okay, nearly here. Okay. Whoops, a bit big, but it's not too bad. Okay, so this is your PDF, 8-hour report, option 1. Notice over here where I've got the HP setup, option 2. It says 2 for 1 profit. So really, the process is a way of identifying our expectation on take profit. Okay, it may get more, but the vertical lines, apart from telling you or giving you a hint or a framework to rate whether it's a 2-for-1 or a 1-for-1. It also tells you things as to when you might have to manually close the trade. Okay. Diamond, before profit target is reached, see rules for manual close. Okay, and I would say if you get a diamond with a dotted line, manually close the trade, or diamond appears outside the river bank. Yep. Okay, so really those are more to go and tell you how to navigate and how to manage your trade. Okay, so let's get back to how we assess trades. So now you can see that really the vertical line comes up. There's already, you can validate it, and it can really tell you possible destinations. Now we have these report lines for the afternoon. Okay, remember, we're doing the afternoon session. We use the green box, and these are the lines that came from the red box. Okay, so coming here, even without using a HP template, we can assess an option-free vertical line, can't we? Because we need to go and have at least 2 green shadings, and window 3 must be, W3 must be 1, and either W2 or W4 must be green. In this case, we have all. We have the orange greedy line below the dotted yellow or green center line. Okay, and we've got a vertical line, and we have a current time frame low red diamond for that blue vertical line, which tells us basically the price will go at least the default of 10 pips. Yeah, and notice when I measure the 10 pips, how close is it to the pink limit line? Yeah, all right. And so that would be, and because the 10 pips is past the pivot line, we can ignore the pivot line because the vertical line says it's got enough momentum to get to 10, which puts it very close to the pink. And if it's close enough to the pink limit line, that's where it's going to go as the first point of touch point. It'll go through the pivot, and the touch point after that would be the orange reversal line, R1, yeah? Okay, and you can see that the diamond came there. So without even going to any other templates, we can actually identify where price wants to go in this particular case, yeah? Now notice our channel line, which is there, is 4 pips away. So our default's 10 pips. Our stop level, it's either the channel, and if the channel's too close, then it has to be our default. That means even though the channel line says that's definitely a low price, our process and guidelines say our stop level has to be 10 pips, which definitely provides a safety for us, and our take profit as a minimum will be 10 pips, okay? So and that's how we can basically remove a lot of work that we sometimes think we may need to do, you know? Yes, if I want to see if there's more profit than the 10 pips, and I would just want to go and check to see if it's a HP 99, then I would go and put a HP 99 on it. Okay, and to check to see if it's an option 2 vertical line. Okay, and all I'm doing is see if there's more profit. And when I put the HP 99, I can see that it's not a HP vertical blue line. It's not an option 2. It's just an option 3. Yeah. Okay, so that one-page process that you have, that sheet, outlines us all, and we don't have to make it any harder than that for it. We don't want to look for every trade. Why should we, when we have a perfectly good template in the 8-hour report and our HP99 that all identify setups for us, that when that setup has met criteria, it gives us information where we can put a safe stop level and a minimum profit target, and what to do if a diamond appears before the profit's taken. So you've got all the information you could possibly want about a trade when a setup's there. Yeah. So because it's not a HP99, I can put my 8-hour template back on. Yeah. So between the two templates, you're assessing what profit target are there. Okay. So yeah, over here, currently, oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes to finish here. We can see the vertical lines appearing. Okay, so 2.5 minutes, we'll see whether this is a confirmed vertical line. Okay, so 10 pips is going to be below our channel line. I'll take profit's going to be 10 pips. So it has to get there, it has to go past and hit pivot and our pink limit line, yeah? So we'll still got 1.5 minutes. We can see whether it will be a HP99. Okay, so as you can see, if I'm in front of the charts, this is what I can do. If not, in 1.5 minutes, I'll get an alert saying that it's a blue vertical buy line, yeah, on the 5 minutes. Okay, we can see that yellow's below that, so it's not going to be a HP. It's just going to be a option 3 blue vertical line. Okay, so I'm just going to go and pop it straight back there. All right, I'm going to map out my okay. Well, the channel line's 12 pips. Okay, so all right. So it's just when a trace is played, I can place. I take my stop level, the channel line, and I take profit. $12 pips, yeah. Okay, so we can see it's met. So buy, pop it on. Okay. Okay, so 12 pips there. Move my stop level to the channel. Okay, now how did I do that? Once you've placed the order, all you need to do is, if you move your mouse until you get that, left click hold, and then you can pull it to your desired direction. Okay, and then this is what it's going to do. All right, simple as that. Now over here, should a blue diamond come up and it has a white dotted line, I would exit the trade, because when a current time frame blue diamond appears with a white line joining it from the red, that's a signal that for me to come look at the chart, and I could look at the other charts to see if they support it moving up. But it's basically me telling me that that's a good time to exit the trade, yeah? So in M15, I can see I've got dotted yellow and that, but my bridge line's going there, but I've got shading in too, so, you know. And we can just quickly measure to make sure that all my places are correct. Okay, so all right. Stop level's going to be 10 pips. Okay, so another way to, because once you've placed the order, you can actually see it. So my entry price is there, 0.72757. That means 10 pips is 657, yeah? And 10 pips take profit would be 857. Okay. Whoops, there. So yeah. And that's it. All right. So once again, because the last 2 weeks it hasn't been recorded, I've just gone over the same thing, the guts of what I've said in the last 2 weeks. All right. So once again, if we just go to the 15-minute chart, okay. So if you're doing a morning session, that means you've woke up in the morning, the period separator is there, and the green shading started to happen. If I'm going to trade all those candles within the green, I need to do the report and get my information from the gray shaded area. Okay, so my morning report, I get the information from the gray. So if I'm doing the afternoon session, and the afternoon session would be this blue shading, to get the afternoon report, I would need to get the information from the high-low close of the candles within the green box. If I'm going to trade tonight at 11 and do the late session, I would get the high-low close, the highest candle, the lowest candle price, and the close price from the blue box. Okay? Majority of you will probably either do the morning session, whether you'll use the candle price information from the grey box, and or if you're doing the afternoon session, you'll be using the green box. If all these colors are too much for you, it's easy enough to rectify. Okay, all you need to do is right click on the chart, go to indicator list, and you can highlight and press edit. And if you're mainly doing the afternoon session, that means you'll need information from the green box. Okay, so you can actually see where it says from 00 to 745 it's got green. that's the only color you want. Okay, so what you can do, if you only want one color box, you can go to the other two and just put none, and this is what it would look like. All right, and then you, yep. Okay, so if you find that all those colors are too much for you, all right, if you have problems with that, you can always give me a WhatsApp or an email or a call, and I'll walk it through to you. All right, but this just allows you to have the one. So and that's it. Okay, so here we start to go and have a diamond, yeah, but it hasn't got a dotted white line to it. But what this has brought your attention to, or brought our attention, is that it's got a little mini high, yeah. So what we do is, if we're away from our computer, we could probably spend the next 10-15 minutes with it, because price might move around, and the next 2 or 3 candles it may have a jumping blue diamond and a white line appears, and for us to manually close this trade, yeah. Okay, but a confirmed vertical blue line says that if it's confirmed, then we will get a blue diamond with a dotted white line. Okay, so we need to have a line. Okay, I'll just change the color. You can do anything with these things if you want, yeah. Okay, so over here, this blue diamond doesn't have one of these, so price, it's going to go higher, still move higher than that. When we get a blue diamond with a dotted white line joining it, that means it's met the threshold that's caused the white line to appear, to say that it's the current 5-minute blue diamond high. It hasn't reached it yet. All right, so that's the benefit of a confirmed vertical line. If it's blue, it needs to have a blue diamond appearing that causes a dotted white line to appear. If it's a sell, vice versa. Okay, so that's what a vertical line setup tells you. It says that this red diamond is the lowest, and if that's the lowest and a vertical line's appeared, that means it's got to get a blue diamond and there's got to be a dotted white line. So these are the conditional things that must happen if we've got a validated vertical line. Yeah, so okay, so we'll end that for tonight. Last chance to ask me any questions. All right, so yeah, it's 45 minutes, so I'll say goodnight to everyone, and I'll let you know once this is recorded and give you access to look at it again, and hopefully it's identified and clarified anything that may have propped up over the last weeks or the last couple of weeks that you may have needed clarifying on. Okay, so once again, because this hasn't had a dotted white line appearing yet, setup says that when this vertical line was validated, that it must get a higher blue diamond that causes or meets the threshold that would cause a dotted white line to join it. All right, so good night, thanks, and yep, I'll leave you guys for this part, and please feel free to ask any questions. Yep. In meeting.